Welcome to Trader TV, your insight into trading for professional investors. I'm Dan Barnes. The transition from LIBOR as a benchmark to new risk-free rates is well underway. In some markets it's completed, in others it has not. Joining me today is Bhas Nalabothula, Head of Institutional Rates at Tradeweb, and we're going to be discussing how institutional investors can engage in best practice to make the transition smooth. Bhas, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Dan. Great to be here.
So firstly, tell us, how urgent is preparation for the LIBOR transition and in which markets?
We are at a critical point of the transition. Just to set the table on where we are across the different currencies, in Swiss and yen, we're effectively complete. We've seen the clearinghouses convert the existing Swiss and yen LIBOR positions into their new risk-free rates. So far, the feedback on that has been very positive. We have the sterling LIBOR transition at the CCPs on the weekend of December 18th. And the major market, the largest of all, dollar LIBOR market, will be transitioning into a world of no new LIBOR risk by the end of this year. This has obviously been a year where a lot of investment has been focused on the LIBOR transition. Market participants have had to do a lot of technology work, systems work. Primarily, we're talking about the interest rate swaps market, but at the end of the day, loans are included, mortgages are included. LIBOR is being used in trillions and trillions of instruments across the globe, and that's what makes this switch so complex.
Got it. So what are the hazards then in making the switch?
The hazards are around just ensuring that systems are ready for it, ensuring that they can handle the payments, which are slightly different because with the new risk-free rates, they're compounded as opposed to having a payment that's just set at the beginning. So ensuring that your systems can handle that, ensuring that you have the pricing sources to capture market data for these new risk-free rates. These are all things that clients have had to get ready to prepare for the switch.
Very good. And are there best practices in moving positions to get the best outcomes for investors and clients?
There's really two ways to approach kind of the transition from a LIBOR index to a risk-free rate, passive and active. So the passive transition that we just saw recently with Swiss and yen is you can allow the clearinghouse to convert your position. You can rely on his fallbacks to convert your existing position from one index to the other. That has some benefits in the sense that you don't have to actually, change anything, but you need to ensure that your systems can handle the newly booked trades. Whereas what we've recommended is the active transition. So with an active transition, the client actually decides which trades in their legacy book they want to move into the new indices. In some instances, every position 1-to-1. In some cases, they'll take a bulk set of positions and convert that into a new set of smaller positions that reflect the same risk against the new index. So the clients get full control over how those new positions are structured. And we've seen clients use the Tradeweb list trading tool to actively transition those positions. So that's something that we've worked very closely with our clients on.
And then what has been causing people to drag their feet?
In terms of priorities, we've got a new COVID variant, we've got inflation, we've got central bank policy, figuring out where that's headed. That's obviously going to take a lot of focus from investors. But what we see generally in these types of transitions that are regulatory driven or kind of market structure changes is that clients tend to get things done at the last moment. They wait on things like liquidity to improve. A lot of the initiatives that regulators have done across the globe have helped that liquidity improve. So in the UK, we had the SONIA First initiative. In the US market, we've had the SOFR First initiative. Now that those kind of hurdles are out of the way, I think it's just getting down to doing that transition.
And then finally, is there a call to action for those firms that are still engaging in the process?
It's critical to note for the dollar market, the end game is here. We have to transition these existing LIBOR contracts into SOFR or other rates in a very short period of time. So we encourage clients who haven't made transition to contact us and use the functionality that we built out, because coming to the new year, there won't be any new LIBOR risk. US regulators have made that very clear, and US dollar LIBOR will be the only market still trading. So we want to ensure that clients are prepared for that.
Bhas, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Dan. Really appreciate being here.
I'd like to thank Bhas for his insights today, and of course you for watching. To catch up on our other shows or to subscribe to our newsletter, go to tradertv.net.